Welcome to Hot Takes Cool Updates, the podcast where two friends from high school reunite and discuss trivial opinions that people, for some reason, feel strongly about. And then we update each other about our lives along the way.
Yeah, so this is just really a podcast where we want to sit together, talk, catch up. And the reason behind that is that we're far away from each other, but know each other for, I
I've
don't know, like
literally known
15.
her since middle school. Like, I think you were in high school. I'm pretty sure that you were like either a freshman or a sophomore, but I
Okay.
100% was in middle school when I met you.
Yeah, so I think I was like, I think I was a freshman. Like, we're like a year apart, but I was a freshman and you're like, like 1 year age apart, 2 years grades
2 years
apart.
grade, yeah.
Yeah.
Which I never understood, but there it is.
Because I was I was 17 when I graduated high school, so that was kind of
Yeah,
that was kind of the whole thing there.
gotcha.
Um, that so we met, kind of high school, junior high.
And by met, she means like I hijacked her. Like she was in a car alone, and I was like, that woman's alone, and I must be her friend. And so I like hopped in, and I was like, we're friends now. And she's like, God help me. And
I wish that wasn't true, but it's actually that's what happened. Like, and if I wasn't like nearby a church, I'd be more concerned. But like,
yeah, we should probably mention it was a youth function.
yeah,
It wasn't like a random car. I'm like, that girl's alone. Let me hop in.
yeah. So it's like that's how you kind of introduced yourself, was like jumping in the car that I was in, and like,
Yet another extrovert adopts an
yeah.
introvert.
Well, that's the only way that an introvert can make friends, if like extroverts force themselves upon us, because otherwise I wouldn't have friends. So
It's not even
um,
true. You're the most gorgeous person. They can make friends anywhere you want if you really try. I don't really want to
but I'm
try.
not
That's
really
a good
trying.
point.
Yeah. Yeah, so I'm not really trying. So you put more effort into this relationship because you actually try, because I don't know how to try in friendships. So.
Okay, that might have been true when we first met, but the thing about introverts that you have to remember is that, like, once you're a friend, you're in for life and they will do anything for you. Like, this woman
Yeah.
literally just helped me with my taxes. Like, I don't know what she's talking about.
You ignited, the extroverts ignited, the introverts just sustain it, or
To
however you want to put
absolutely
it.
sustain it because I don't have the memory for sustaining.
You're like, this is the first time I've ever even used the word sustain. Like,
What's a sustain? Do I have something on my shirt?
oh, so yeah, we've known each other for about, I don't know, 15 years or so, and like now don't live near each other, so we wanted to start this as a way to kind of really reunite and kind of keep up the spark.
Yeah. And like, no offense, I don't really care if any of y'all listen. This is mostly so I can hang out with my girl Jenna.
So yeah, I think it's.
I'm just kidding. I love you guys.
I mean, it's like for me, it's like a mental health thing. It's like, I'm like, if I don't talk to you, then I'm not going to talk to anybody. So this is a good excuse to force myself to talk to people. So for all of you working from home and introverted, maybe start a podcast. Maybe it'll help you. I don't know. So that's kind of where we're at with that.
If you're extroverted and you have a memory of a goldfish, this is a good way of sustaining that memory and trying to better yourself, is by doing something that will probably be a long-term commitment, because that stuff isn't easy, man.
I mean, like 3 of my 4 grandparents had Alzheimer's or dementia, so I'm kind of gonna get rich when I'm old. Like, I don't have a chance. Like my brain's gonna go to mush, and I have my grandparents to thank for it. So.
Oh my god, it got real sad real fast. And my first reaction was to laugh. So
I was trying to be funny. I was like, "Fucking get wrecked!" Like,
oh,
because by the time I'm 80,
I'm gonna die forgetting everyone that I love.
Yeah, and I think maybe that's good. Why I don't have many, like, I don't try to make many friends, because I'm gonna forget you anyway, so it's okay. Like,
oh
no, I can't. It's supposed to be funny, like so, like
it's supposed to be funny. Everyone with mental health issues is laughing right along with you right now, and then the neurotypicals are like, "Is she okay?"
Yeah, is there a way to like get my volume closed? It's like, see a mental health counselor if you need help.
So, but really,
yeah,
do that. Thank you.
I was trying to speak into my speaker if you wonder what I was doing.
Like, I just thought you really liked me and we're going in for a kiss.
Okay, so
so today's game that we are playing with to each other is the ultimate game for couples, because Jenna and I have been married despite the distance for 15 years now. Despite
we got married in like junior high.
Absolutely.
We've never lived together.
We're traditionalists. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, we're waiting into the 20-year mark before we move in together.
Absolutely.
No, like we're not, but
also I'm coming for you.
Okay.
Okay, Lacey, go back to the cards. Fine. Our first card for today.
Oh wait, hold on. For reference, for those listening, because for the audio people, we're literally like on Zoom, like talking together. We're not like literally together. I feel like
that is important and that you might be able to hear that through the quality as well. Like my quality probably isn't as good because it's Jenna that's recording right now. I don't know if I even told you my name. I'm Lacey.
Oh, yeah. So listen, and our voices might even sound alike. I know sometimes we're told that we sound alike. So I'm Jenna, and I'm the one near Cincinnati
with the good quality.
I feel like there was something else. I don't know. Do we want to give any more history about what?
I think they'll figure it out as it comes along. Because, like, I don't think they care right now. Like they're like, we didn't even care about your name from the beginning.
So, yeah, they probably tuned out 5 minutes ago. So
absolutely,
anyway.
They're like, we're just listening to two white people just vent right now.
Like white privilege. I think they can start a podcast. No, I don't know.
I mean, they're right though.
Yeah. So wait, I do want to say, the kind of plan for this is the plan. I don't know. We'll see what direction it takes, but we kind of like as Lacey said in the intro that we're just looking for ways to or that we're looking. Eventually, we're going to be talking about like a lot of times we're going to talk about like debatable things. So the whole concept of hot take school updates, we're going to a lot of times be like maybe talking about obviously hot takes, but like really, really small inconvenient things that for some reason people feel strongly about. But also the whole point of it is like updating each other along the way. So that's why it's relevant that we're on Zoom, we're far apart, that we're kind of updating each other about our lives, but also we want to be able to kind of find ways to maybe as an adult get to know each other better versus what we knew each other as kids. For example, like I'm realizing we probably don't even know what the other does for a job, like really. Like
I know that you are, I'm assuming, an English adjunct professor, adjunct professor.
Or adjunct English instructor, which is, like part-time teaching at 2 different colleges. And also like I work part-time in financial aid. So kind of like 3 different roles at a couple different places. So for all those who want to become an instructor, you're going to have to, for college, you're going to have to work at multiple places because they're not going to likely hire you on full-time.
Oh my gosh, what a nightmare.
And it also, again, with teaching, you're not going to make a lot of money. Doesn't matter if you work at a college or not. So don't go into teaching even for college for money because you're not going to make it. So
amen to that.
Just as a warning for those who want to do teaching, I like teaching college. If it was anything under college, I would rather die. So and I feel like a lot of my humor is going to either be self-deprecating or dark, but it's okay. I'm okay.
We've noticed.
So, but that's kind of like but that's just one example of like what we mean by like just kind of updating. Like we've known each other for a long time, but maybe just kind of on the way updating. So I'll stop talking. We can go. We can move forward now. We're gonna play the game that you mentioned. Okay.
The ultimate game for couples, and
of which we are not.
Of which we are and have been for years. And we're gonna start off. I actually don't know what we're starting off with. I'm just gonna kind of like, there's like a deck of cards next to me, and I'm just kind of flipping the top one off. So we're both in for a surprise. These are not pre-planned, and if they're inappropriate, I won't say them, and I'll just put them down and giggle. This first one, actually, I think you'll get, and I think I might get it for you too, maybe. What was my favorite subject in school?
Well, I was gonna say lunch and then theater or choir. That was my first. I was initially like, I just wanted to go to lunch. Then I was like, oh, probably choir, like, or.
I loved choir when our choir director, Mr. Marks, was there, but he retired my sophomore year for sure. And then we got someone else, and I just didn't take to her the way I did to him. So I would say that was true for like 50% of my high school
Which years. By the time, since we were 2 grades apart, I would have been a senior when you were a sophomore.
So that would have been true when we were, yeah. I'm assuming yours was English.
Yeah.
Which
the funny thing too is that like I really didn't have a favorite subject until like my junior year. And it was because like I'm sure we'll talk about it, like Mrs. Carpenter, like our English teacher, like for like kind of like sophomore year, like she made you hate your life, but then afterwards I was like, you know what? Like I like English now. Like,
absolutely.
Yeah, it was like one of those like really tough teachers that she could have like. She's tougher than I as a sophomore English teacher than I am as like me personally as a college instructor. But but before that I didn't really, I don't know, care.
Yeah,
what I wanted to,
I'll tell you what, I went 3 years at the school that like we met at, and then my senior year I moved to a completely different school, and I took the AP English class at that school. Easy breezy. I ended up with like 104% in that class. Miss Carpenter's solid C. So I was so excited when I got a B in that class, because that was truly me trying my best, like but I loved it. Like I loved it, and it really saved my butt in college too. So
right, so it's one of those things that like having a teacher that is hard on you, not just to be a jerk, but just to actually like push you to try. I never had like the high school that we went to was just kind of like a small town, like teachers or whatever don't really care so much, but like having a teacher actually be hard, but actually make you like invested in the students. So
exactly. And it's kind of hard to find that. And I'm not trying to like poop on teachers nowadays, because like my husband's a teacher. Like I 100% am in support of teachers and all the things that they do, but I mean, again, and you know this because you're in the field, but like they aren't paid enough for all of the hard work that they do. I'm not even kidding when I say that my husband was gone the past month. He would leave the house at 6 a.m. and not get back until 11 p.m. because he was doing extracurricular stuff with theater, and he was helping with the middle school theater stuff that was going on. And like he's a band director, so like that wasn't even his responsibility, but that's just something that like teachers are expected to do, especially if you're a teacher of the arts. It's like you have to go above and beyond for everyone else that's in the arts program, and you get paid pennies. Like I think last year I ended up making more than he did, and I do not have a college degree. So
that's one thing that always kind of aggravates me, is that for comparison, I have a master's degree. I teach at 2 different colleges and also have a part-time job at one of the colleges with a master's degree. My husband doesn't even work like 5 days a week, you know what I mean? When I work 5 days, 5 days a week. So that's kind of as what it is. And I'm talking, I'm saying I work 3 jobs, like, so it kind of, it sucks, but
it's not ideal. So don't go into teaching for the money,
so,
everybody.
Yeah, fuck the teachers, fuck school. Like, don't do it. Everybody quit right now. Like,
do it now. Go on strike.
What's your major? Quit school. Like.
But anyways, I was saying all that to say that, like, I don't feel that teachers are paid enough, at least on the high school, middle school level, enough to care. And I'm not saying that there aren't teachers that don't care, because my husband's obviously one of the exceptions. He is so passionate about his job, it's crazy. Like, there's so many people that like are just burnt out at this point, and quite frankly, I don't blame them, especially when they have like the Board of Education to answer to, the principals to answer to, the parents to answer to, and of course, like, if their testing isn't up to a certain level or whatever, like there's that, and it's just it's so much to put on like teachers. So I don't blame a lot of the teachers that I personally had at, not just the high school we went to, but the high school afterwards. Like, a lot of them were just kind of burnt out. And I'm like, I get it now as an adult. As a kid, I was like, why were you even doing this to begin with? Shouldn't you have a passion? But like, sometimes passion's just not enough, which thankfully it is for some people. But yeah,
because I think definitely that's almost like a hot take in itself, that like, that not that people don't get paid enough. It's just a matter of like, how much do you get paid, like, and what would make you care. And I think that like sometimes you can't almost put a dollar amount on, like, it would definitely help if you paid a living wage, but also like for the hours that you work, like, I don't get paid to grade. Like, I get paid, like, I have class time, but I would suggest to people, if you want to go to teaching, go to college, or to teach for college, at least you're not going to have to worry about parents. At least you're not going to have to worry about like the other things, like extracurricular stuff. But I don't get paid enough to care. Like, once once I'm out of the classroom, I check my email once a day. Like,
that's kind of nice.
Like, and I'm just like, it's like, I don't get paid enough to care enough that I'm like, I give my 100%, but I don't give my, like, people don't pay enough to give 110%. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
I do, for sure. And I'm not trying to talk about, too much about, the subjects. I realize we have like this whole game in front of us, but like,
I think we just got derailed. Like,
we got derailed hard. So I'm just going to go ahead and flip up a card before I just continue with that. Okay. If I picked our next road trip destination, where would it be?
I feel like you'd take us to like Vegas or something.
Correct.
Or like, I'm like, as an adult, you know what I mean? Like,
that is so. Jenna and I, when I was a junior and you were in college,
I can't really remember.
Maybe that I was not 18.
Yeah, maybe I was like 18 and you were 16, or maybe 17 and 15 or something.
Yeah,
wait, you're younger than me. Hold on. Maybe it was like 18 and 17, or 17 and 16, or something like that.
I think it was 18, 17, because I think you were an adult, but we weren't 21 adults. And her family was super kind enough to like invite me to go with them to Las Vegas, and then to like the Grand Canyon, and then to California, where we stayed with your grandma. Is that correct?
My grandma's sister, my great aunt. Yeah.
Oh, okay. And like, don't get me wrong, it was a great time, but like, how much fun are you gonna have at Vegas as a 17, 18-year-old? You know what I'm saying? And like, sure, did we almost get sex trafficked? Absolutely.
And I wish I was lying there too, but like, yeah.
Did they try to ask us to go to a party where Britney Spears was going to be there, as if that would be a good enough incentive for us to go? Absolutely.
And, and remember, at that time, people were like, I want to go to a party just because of Britney Spears. But at that time, it was mid 2000s, so like
Britney Spears is relevant again though. So.
Yeah, she is relevant again, but like at that time it would have been more incentive, I think, like 15 years ago than it is now. Like
right. And I just want to, again, another hot take. I realize that sex trafficking doesn't always look like that, and I'm not saying that it does. A lot of the times it's by friends and family and stuff like that, but in this case it definitely fit the stereotype of what most white Americans think sex trafficking looks like.
For reference, like we were approached by a man when we like were alone, and it was kind of if we were not if we didn't have someone one of our my family member come up, like I think that's how it happened. Yes, I think if it wasn't for my father coming up and kind of intervening, it was like I think we were concerned about him actually doing something.
He was not alone, he was with someone else, and like it was just a weird vibe. It wasn't a good time.
Yeah,
not recommended.
So
yeah, let's go to Vegas.
Yeah, because it was one of those things that we were kind of laughing, like, yeah, we were making a joke, but also like I don't want anyone to think we're making a joke of sex trafficking. So it was actually a concern at the moment. Yeah.
Correct. Yeah. So where would you, let me think. Okay. Where would Jenna want to go on a road trip destination? I feel like it wouldn't be in this country. I feel like if you could go on a road trip, well, I mean, I guess if it's a road trip, it would have to be in the country, but like, let's say that like we could go anywhere kind of destination.
I'm just like going over borders, like fuck the police, like
going over the ocean.
I just ramp off like over the Atlantic, like just. Ooh.
I don't know why I'm pegging you as like a New Zealand type of person. Maybe because I've watched a lot of LOTR lately. I don't know, but
yeah. I don't know. Because I think that would be hard. I think like it'd be fun. Because I don't know where I'd even want to go per se. I guess maybe somewhere like the hills, the mountains, a cabin, or maybe somewhere like really somewhere that I'd want to go is like somewhere that's supposed to be super cheesy but have fun. Like for example, go to wherever it is in West Virginia, where like the Mothman City is. Like, I think that'd be super fun because it's super touristy, like with the moth. I forget what city that is where there's the Mothman City where I don't know if anyone knows what I'm talking about, but one city is known that be like have a bunch of like a festival for Mothman and have like a statue. I'm not saying I would like that'd be the first place I'm like let's fucking go, but like I think that'd be kind of fun, like a super cheesy place, but also a place that'd be kind of fun to just I don't know get a theme. Maybe I'm a sucker for a theme. I don't know.
That's really cool, actually. That makes more sense and that it fits with your personality more than like a New Zealand type of thing.
yeah. I'm the 1%. I'm like, I'd rather take a chance on seeing Mothman than go to New Zealand.
I'd rather see Mothman.
Like, have you seen Mothman? Let's freaking take the chance. Or go searching the forest for big
cryptids and stuff.
Yeah, I think that'd be fun. Like go to Washington and try to search for a cryptid, like Bigfoot. I think that'd be fun.
I feel like a lot of our minority listeners right now are rolling their eyes and being like, "Freaking white people, man."
Yeah, it's like how many times are these people gonna think I'm turning this off now? Like, have a running count of how many times like you attempted to turn this off. Maybe that'll be more engaging to you.
That'd be funny. Like put something on like the right hand video screen of like times where we're cringy 22.
Yeah, maybe keep track. Like, give us some. Oh, you know what? Here's an idea. Email us at hottakescoolupdates@gmail.com and have a running count of how many cringy moments you had while listening to this.
I'm sure it's a lot.
Maybe we'll post some results of how many times you cringed during our podcast. And
that'd be funny.
Yeah. Yeah. Or maybe like, I don't know how many times we say "ope" as a Midwesterner.
Oh yeah.
Like so I wonder if we need like an ope-o-meter.
That'd be cool.
We were like oping.
I'm definitely counting on other people to do it because I can't do it myself, but good for you guys. Like
yeah, so
keep track of that.
Yeah. So or every time you take a drink or something. I don't know. hottakescoolupdates@gmail.com. Email us and have some sort of meter or count or cringiness or whatever you want to figure out. We'll post the results if you have any. If we have any. If we have one listener, they'll post our results. They'll email us and we'll post the results.
The one listeners like spamming our email.
Yeah. Get like 12 emails a day. Like, hey, update, cringed again. Yeah. Every time they send a new email for every cringe. Like,
that'd be amazing. Nope, don't do that. Don't do that.
Yeah.
Y'all, don't do that.
Yeah, we're like, oh look, we got like 500 emails, and it's just the same person. Like, again. You oped it too much. Ope one too many times.
How many too close to the sun?
Yeah.
I think we have enough time for one or two more. What are you thinking?
Yeah. I have no idea how long we've been doing this, so probably yeah.
We'll do one more just to be safe. Let's see. Between, I don't like those ones because it's like it's a challenge one. It's like have the person smell what's in your hand and guess what it is. I'm like, well, I can't. Let's see. Do you remember? This question says, what was the first restaurant we ate at together?
Do you actually remember?
I don't, but I have a guess.
Oh, the first restaurant we had together, probably somewhere stupid like Denny's or McDonald's.
That's what I was thinking. I was thinking McDonald's.
100%. Can we talk about how like why Denny's in places like Denny's is an important foundation for teenagers to like a hangout place for teenagers?
We should clarify that she's referring to small towns that like don't have a lot. Like,
yeah, if your population in your town is like under 15,000, a hangout spot is Denny's. In places like diners. Maybe it was Waffle House for you. Wait, do you have a Waffle House near you?
I'm sure I do, but I live by Cleveland, so I'm not going to a Waffle House, and that's not. That's just a sanitary
Listen,
thing.
I don't have much going on, just because like
we have Wally Waffles, baby, and that stuff's the titties.
Yeah. Listen, yeah, because like places like Denny's, Waffle House, I'm sure Wally's Waffles. I don't know that place, but I'm sure that's in this category of it shouldn't be good unless it's like midnight, you know what I mean? Then it's like delicious. Or like when you're not supposed to be there, the food's the best. But if you try to go there at like noon, you're like, who the hell eats here? Like, so like it's kind of one of those things everyone's like, yeah, it's one of those restaurants like everyone's like, oh, you have to go there, you gotta go to Denny's or Waffle House or whatever. And then you go for the first time, it's in the middle of the afternoon, you're like, this is horrible. But like when you get a group together and it's like midnight, you're like, this is the best food. Like Taco Bell.
Absolutely.
Like, I have no reason to enjoy Taco Bell to the extent that I do, but I eat it at least once a week? Yes. Like, so.
I tried that Mediterranean diet because like I need to do something about this weight, and that lasted about 12 hours. And then my husband was like, do you want a milkshake? And I was like, I do. Not that that's a Taco Bell thing, but Denny's, I think that's always what I got. It was like their milkshakes.
Yeah. And I just remember I just remember cappuccinos. I don't know. Like, I don't know. Because aren't they one of those restaurants that have like a four, I don't know, like 4 items for $4 or something, or 6 items for $6, or I don't know
if they still have that. I know they used to.
Yeah, it's like one of those kind of restaurants.
Yeah. Now I want IHOP.
Dude, you know, I had IHOP the other day.
That's nice. Or is it? I don't know.
You tell me. I don't know.
You tell me.
You know, and I'm realizing like the older I get, the less I like eating meat.
Yeah. I'm okay with chicken, but like I'm not as into chicken as I used to be. I'm not into bacon. Like I don't like red meat too much. I've been more into the white meat lately, like chicken, fish, and even then it's been not as much.
Yeah.
Now, does that stop me from getting a quesadilla from Taco Bell? No, but does that quesadilla have meat? Usually not.
Yeah. So that's still not relevant. But but yeah, like so it like the meal that I got ended up having like, you know, like ham, bacon, and sausage things. I was like, oh, I don't know the last time I had like any of those things, like bacon, like slice of bacon, slice of ham, you know, sausage thing. And I was like, well, guess I'm not eating any of those. Like I tried it all, and I'm just like, when did I stop liking these things? Like,
I know.
So it's really weird.
It's weird how like the body changes as you get older and like your tastes are different. And I don't know. It's just weird. Getting old's weird.
Yeah. It's chaos. You don't
Older, I should say. I'm not old. We're in our 30s for people who are listening. So like we're not ancient, but we're definitely
we're definitely fucking
not in our
20s self. Yeah.
Right. Well, thank you all for listening to Hot Takes Cool Updates. And if you would like to connect with us, you can email us at hottakescoolupdates@gmail.com. For some reason, I felt that if I said it slower, you'd email us. We'd be glad to hear your thoughts on the topic we discussed or your suggestions on what we can do next. I don't think right now we're going to have anything on YouTube or TikTok, but we will have that eventually. So stay tuned for like some clips, shorts, and potential content. And if you would like to support us, you know, your favorite entertainment podcast, you can find us on Patreon and receive a bunch of exclusive perks. Thanks for checking us out.
Bye.